there's this word they often use, balance, academics, balance. I feel like there's something like balance when it comes to academics and business. What you can do is you juggle. I use the word juggle instead of balance. I started tote bags with the money my parents gave me. Very, very humble amount, you know. So that's why I started my tote bag business with, and it grew to me having numerous clients amongst the gender, male and females. By the grace of God, we now have a stable place we call house. If you're in school, it's not like you are shy. Of course, you can be an introverted person, but because of business, sometimes you can't just afford that. So that's doing a good job. Like every business owner, like they deserve accolades. I can say that for a fact. They deserve accolades. They are doing really well, especially on OU campus, student entrepreneurs on OU campus. Shout out to you. Like shout out to you from the bottom of my heart. And don't be complacent, please. Don't be complacent. So we've achieved nothing compared to what we can. And be open to opportunities. At the same time, develop yourself.
Today I'm joined by an amazing guest, and he's going to talk to us about entrepreneurships and his undergraduate journey as an entrepreneur. So, welcome to the studio. Hello, Ovoskg.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
It's so nice to see you, and thank you so much for coming
You're
to this
welcome.
conversation.
You're welcome.
So I think the first thing I'll just ask is, how has life been as an undergraduate? As a graduate now, rather, like.
Oh yeah, as a graduate.
Yes.
All right. That was a graduate.
In one word, can you tell me, like, how is it feeling? Someone was saying the F feels lighter. I don't know.
One word. So I try to use one word to actually describe it.
Okay.
It's a pendulum. That's the word.
Yes.
It's a pendulum.
High today, low, high.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pendulum.
That's quite a word. But then, nonetheless, I think I want to bring you back to undergraduate days.
Okay.
Like how the journey went for you. How did Ovoskg clothings come about?
Okay, I'll start by saying that I never liked fashion. I mean, that's a word.
Wow. And you're a fashionable person.
Well, I
in my opinion, anyway, I feel like you are stylish. I believe so.
I give into it, I would say, because I actually did not like fashion, like I said earlier.
Wow.
I grew into it. I developed interest. Okay, so how I started, I remember vividly. It was when I entered school.
Wow.
Fast forward to go back to part one.
Yeah.
It was all not rosy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Going to class, lectures, and all of that until I think part one, second semester, towards the end, I met a guy. He's my classmate, and then I just saw something about him that was special. Then I felt like I needed to move with this person, and because of moving with him, and that's John Sayo.
Shout out to John Sayo.
Yeah, shout out to him. Thank you very much. Because of moving, with him, I started developing interest because then I think he had a boss in New Market, where he was learning, and then I used to follow him. I would follow him.
Supportive friend.
Exactly. So I'll follow him. Pick this, pick that, and then from there, sometimes what you constantly feed yourself, you grow interest in it. So I started helping out with little chores and all of that, and then from there, started growing interest, and then with his support and his advice, like okay, something you can start. I started making adjustments. I think I did I started doing adjustments. I remember myself going to hostels. I've been to Faj, Angola those days, and then there's something I call R&D, which is research and development, which I usually do. So I went into the hostels. How can I do this thing better? And because I was not the only one doing that, so what can I do better? How can I do in a very creative manner? So then I devised a means of getting pencil. That was what I had then, pencil and then paper tape now. So I'll write their names on it. So I'll go there, stakeholders. They were usually surprised, like, what's a young boy doing, as a tailor, and then I'll pack it, no adjustments. Not saying just the adjustment and then you return it.
So, I'm getting your point now. Like when you are done with the adjustments,
yeah, I would iron, I'll package it as though it's a new clothes.
Yeah.
So wow. People were in love with it, and very quickly I had numerous clients, from there, and then which was actually providing little funds for me, and then from there I went into tote bags.
Okay.
Do you get? I think I started tote bags with the money my parents gave me. I will not
Wow.
mention the amount now.
You don't need to.
So
Undergraduate
it was
life.
a very very humble amount. So that's
Yeah.
why I started my tote bag business with, and it grew to me having numerous clients amongst the
Mm.
gender, male and females, and all of that. And then the record breaking moment was when I wanted to start the brand. I just felt like, okay, I need a brand new.
Mm.
So how do I start? I felt like there was something so unique about me. So
Mm.
what could I use? But I remember my nickname, which I've had since primary four.
Wow.
And that is my brand name now. So that's how I came
Ovoskg.
about Ovoskg. And
Wow.
then
I feel like that's even what we all know you as. Your parents call you
yeah,
Ovoskg.
my mom does. My mom does. In fact, that's what she calls
Wow.
me often now. Mm.
Wow. That's
hmm
beautiful.
So
Wow.
I gave myself. I started using Ovoskg, and
Mm.
because I was making tote bags, then what can I do? And then I knew I wanted to go into clothing, right?
Mm.
So after tote bags, I started doing making pant trousers.
Mm.
So I made it official, and then
Mm.
while I was still under my boss, anyways, I
Mm.
made it official. Then I was gaining grounds, gaining clients before I finally started my own. And then by grace of God, we now have a stable place we call us. So,
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
thank you very much.
So I think that's I would like to just ask that did you try out any other business aside from sewing and learning fashion? Because I think sometimes people might not know or how did you know that that was what you were going to do? You
Hmm.
started out as being a supportive friend.
Okay.
You were going. I'm even surprised like that. Oh God, I was surprised that this boy. What are you doing here? And all that. But you started out like from that being a supportive friend. Like you're like, let me shall follow you. Like undergraduate
Yeah.
like part one. Like you guys were
But
really
what did we
free.
know?
Yes.
So just
So, but how did you know that I think this is what I should do? Did you try other businesses or
well
how
for
was it for you?
me, I didn't try other businesses because I never got the chance to. Maybe because, like I said, I was doing constantly.
It's as if the
So I
business
just
found you kind of.
exactly I just grew interest in it. And okay,
Yeah.
why not just try this?
Yeah.
Before I didn't see myself doing business, so
Wow.
fashion was the only option for me
Yeah.
at the table. So I
Mm.
just took it.
How was academics for you? Like, how were you able to? Because you started really early,
Yeah, yeah, I did.
but how did you manage with academics? Was it choking at any point? Like, how did that happen?
Well, one thing I used to tell my friends,
Okay.
some many people can come for me, but it's just the truth that I've gotten for
Okay.
myself. You know, there's this word they often use: balance, academics,
Mm.
balance. But in the real sense, I feel
Mm.
like there's something like balance when it comes to academics and business
Mm.
and other things. What you can do is you juggle. I
Mm.
use the word juggle instead of balance. So
Mm.
when you juggle, when it's up, when it's down. So I
Mm.
knew the moment I knew that okay, I needed to give my business full concentration. I knew the moment when it was time for my academics. Okay, no,
Mm.
business cannot come in between academics. So that was able to like navigate business academics. So I could say for a fact that it was not every season, every moment that business was actually high up and doing so fine. At the point it was because of academics. At the
Mm.
point when I knew that academics was not, you know, so paramount at that point. Of course, that was my primary assignment, all right.
Yeah.
But I felt like okay, there's some things that actually could be substituted at that
Mm.
moment.
Yeah.
Maybe
More like
periods that
priorities and
exactly priorities.
trying
So there was
to
an
schedule
hierarchy of priorities
everything.
for me. Okay, this time around, there's no class, and I think I can use that time to actually work,
Mm.
or maybe there's not serious academic activity at that point. I
Mm.
can and only after exams. I didn't even wait
Yeah.
for the official announcement of break and all that. So I just go back to my business. So
Mm.
I juggle. That's what I do.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. I would like to ask, you are a very jovial person. Like I'm still learning how to be jovial compared to you. Was that always the case for you? Like how did you get because I know business people, you have
Okay.
to be confident.
Okay.
And fashion for goodness sake, like you have to tell people what you do. You have to be unashamed about it. Like you have to tell people, oh, this is what I do. You must not be ashamed of it.
Okay.
And you are very outspoken. So how was that? Because I feel like it's not easy to be a business person in school. If you don't speak out, people will not know what you're
Yeah.
doing. But how was that for you? Were you always a jovial person from the
Well,
beginning? Or
two things actually. First, and I want to say this on here, and I want everyone listening to me to, probably embrace this.
yeah,
There's something called interpersonal skills, and it's
okay,
actually not too late to start. In fact,
yeah,
we can start early, and I can say one of the things that actually worked well for me was those interpersonal skills. When we were very much
mm,
younger, I remember my dad always giving us, this devotionals to actually,
mm.
undo.
Oh
So we
wow,
get to, talk about the devotional to
Doing morning
everybody
devotion.
during morning devotion. You
Oh,
get like when the whole family is there, so
yeah,
you don't anchor it. So by
yeah,
doing that, it was gradually grooming us to actually stand amidst the crowd to express yourself.
yeah,
There was this confidence boost that we're having.
yeah.
So it was not actually difficult for me to express myself to clients, to customers,
Mm,
and there were some that actually learned along the way, which was customer relationship management. And
mm.
till now I'm still learning because
Yeah, we all
I'm still,
learn.
in fact, to this morning I'm still learning, how
Wow.
to treat people right, how to
Mm,
talk in business,
mm,
what to say to people, how to say it, and when to say
mm,
it and when not to say it. So all those things, the interpersonal skills that we often have to develop and have as
mm,
business people. So I would
mm,
say, like, if you're in school, it's not like you are shy. Of course,
mm,
you can be an introverted person, but because of business, sometimes you can't just afford to. So there's some
mm.
skills that you will learn because of business, not
Yeah.
because you have interest or not, but for the sake of business, you just have to. Do you get
Mm.
so?
True.
Those are things that I actually had, and as for me, I actually had interest in people. I just maybe because I make friends easily, so it was
Mm,
easy for me to relate to people. So
mm.
it's just my thing, kind of.
Yeah.
I live with people, so it's very easy for me to talk to people, and at the end of the day, convince them over. So
Yeah.
passionate and all of that.
That's nice, actually. When you were talking about business and the fact that you had to learn interpersonal skills, I want to just ask, how was your social life on campus?
Well, my social life,
You had to adjust your.
yes, my social life was an easy one for me, I would say,
Mm,
because like I said earlier, I knew how to relate with people. So, and I
mm.
play football. I was a
Wow. Oh
goalkeeper.
yeah, yeah. I think I had
I
that you
record,
won
of
one.
course, of
You're very
course.
proud of it.
Yeah, but low key, that was one of the things I had to sacrifice for fashion.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Because of
So
time.
yeah, because of time and how promising it was at that point. I was a very good goalkeeper, at least. I won laurels and medals for my
Yeah.
department, my faculty, and this is I represented the hostels. That's one of the things that actually gave me this popularity, kind of.
Mm.
I had different nicknames from hostels, from where I was goalkeeping and all of that. So, of course, to an extent, that was very, very special.
Now you gave me an idea, but I just wanted to touch on it a little
Okay.
bit because I feel like a lot of students that listen to this, some of them might be an extroverted person or someone that is even learning to be social.
Okay.
And I feel like it's really important to balance everything or juggle everything. So how were you able to do that? Because I know aside from even football, like you swim, you do all these other
Yeah.
things actually. Like how were you able to balance out time for all these things and not burn out?
Okay.
Yes.
One thing I would say that people don't see behind the scenes is that
Mm,
there are times when you just have to retract to yourself.
okay.
So one thing I often do is I look at it. Life is short, they say,
Yeah.
but one thing for me is whatever I develop interest in, I go
Mm,
for. I just go for it. That's just me. I just go for it. So, combining all of those things was not because I just wanted to do it for the fun of it. But in as much as I feel like, okay, this thing can be helpful, I go for it. Do you understand? And
mm,
some of those things are basic and essential things. Look at swimming, for example, that I do. It's a life survival skill. Do you
mm.
understand? So I'm not just swimming because
For
for
the
the fun of
vibes.
it. Do you
Yeah.
understand? I feel like there's an advantage to it. So I
Mm,
think it's just best we weigh things. Like this thing I want to do, this thing I want to go into. Like what are the odds? Which
mm,
odds are in my favor? Do you understand? What are the merits? What are the demerits? Do I need to actually go into this? Should I not? Do you
mm,
understand? Amidst all of that things you do. And I would
mm,
say for a fact that some things has to be related to what you do.
mm,
You get you can probably what's it called now? Teach because you market it, for example, now because you own a business. If you own a business, it's actually an added advantage if you can teach. Do you
yeah.
understand? If you can teach, to be easy for you to market, to work in
Mm,
the sales department or marketing department.
mm,
Do you get or ads? So
mm,
those things are added advantage to your business. So any
mm,
other skill you have, like I said earlier, you need them for business. Not even for business, for yourself. Sometimes you might just be in spaces where you need to actually exhibit those skills.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very importantly, I would like to ask how you were able to deal with down moments in school. Because someone was
Yeah.
asking me, she was saying that, oh, that she's involved in academics, she had to even stop business for a while because she wanted to be intentional about other aspects of her life. So I would like to ask that what would you advise someone that wants to have juggle things? It's really important to also they usually say something that um let pass through school and let school pass through
Pass
you.
through.
There's
Yeah.
sometimes that people don't want to just be just stay like that. They want to experience life on campus and all that, but they don't want to be overwhelmed or burn out. So how to go about that and not be be overwhelmed. Like if even if they're overwhelmed, what should they do?
Okay, good.
That's
Now, the other thing, there are so many things I want to say, but I'll cut them short. One of the things I'm going to say is I would advise that you get a mentor,
okay.
someone that has been through what you are going through,
Mm,
someone that has passed through the exact thing, or something close. The person will be in best shoes to actually give you the advice or
yeah.
things you need to do
Tailor made
because
to
do you
your
understand? It's tailor made to your own experience.
mm,
Because even the fools go old, so anybody can give an advice and does not make the advice actually valid.
yeah.
But anybody that's gone through your shit has a proven track record can actually give you an advice on what to do. Now, as an entrepreneur, it's so easy to burn out. In fact, oh boy, you can burn out. In fact, multiple times back to back to back to back. And when things happen like that, first is a review. What is the cause of the burnout? Sometimes it might be external factors. Sometimes can be your own self. So many things can actually contribute to.
Sometimes can be food.
Exactly. Can be that you're hungry, or it can be that I don't know.
Yeah.
But first thing to do is do a review. What's actually causing the burnout? Like, why am I burning out easily? Why am I getting overwhelmed? Like, just relax. So the first thing is shut other things off and relax. Then also another thing is learn to take breaks. It's an human body. You cannot overdo it. It's not a machine. Do you understand? Even machines, it take breaks. Do you understand? So how much more your body? So sometimes we just need to take a break. Like take a break, you know, relax, think it through. Do you understand? Review the things you are doing. Okay, which one is necessary? Which one should I do at this point in time? When you do that often, when you do a review often, it helps you to actually be productive. Like you're not wasting time. Like you know what to do with your time, and whatever time you're actually using matters. Do you
Yeah.
get so? It helps you to be productive. It helps you to plan yourself. In fact, at the long run, it gives you this healthy look on the outside. Because if you are overwhelmed, trust me, to show on your face, it
Yes.
affects your
True.
health and all of that. So sometimes it is needed. That's why I even do medical checkups. Do you understand? So your body needs medical checkup. Your entrepreneurship life needs medical checkup. Needs a checkup.
Yeah.
Your business life needs a checkup. Your finances needs checkup. Do you understand? So do a review. Can be monthly, can be quarterly. Do you understand? Then take breaks too. Then another thing when you burn out is that you must ensure that you are not, doing too much. Do you understand? Know what you can actually do at a particular time, and then ensure that you're not even doing it to competition. Do you understand? My friend is doing this. I want to do this too. You see, they say something that comparison is the thief of joy,
Yeah.
and it's actually very, very true. It's actually very, very true. One thing I did not do when I was undergraduate, I didn't compare myself because there's this thing about every human. We have it's a race. Do you understand? It's a race, but it's not a relay race. It's a marathon. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
Everybody has
True.
their own race. You can decide to jog when you're starting, and all of that. So don't compare yourself. Have a focus where you're going to. You know where you're going, and there are steps. There are junctures that you have to actually wait or stop or take a move or So you must actually not choke yourself in
It's
the
a journey
process. It's a
anyway.
journey. Do you understand? It's a journey. So enjoy the process. Like I often say, enjoy, don't endure. Yes, and make sure you are enjoying it. You're not just doing it for okay, let me just do it. So sometimes we need to review the reason why you actually started the business. If you say business is not working, is not working. Sometimes it's because of your own. Because one thing I believe for sure is your business can actually move past you.
Really?
Yes.
How so?
It's just the power of the mindset. Your mindset is actually limit, and you get this in books, by H.A.P.I. There's so many books like that. I talked about it.
Self development.
Yeah, exactly. So, power of your mindset. So your business cannot go past your mindset. If you believe it's just a small, I'm telling you, it should keep getting small. As weird as that sounds, it's actually very, very true. So that's why now and then I try to develop myself, not because of myself, because of the business. You cannot go past me. The level of your
Cannot grow past you.
yeah cannot go
Okay.
past you. So the level of your what's it called now of your knowledge, the level of your exposure, in terms of what you know, in terms of the strategies and of that is what you actually transcend into your business and take it to the next level. Do you understand? That's why you cannot see someone that owns a very big business to be a very small man. It's not possible.
Mm.
Do you understand? So your business cannot grow past you. If you know that logic, what you do is you develop yourself so that your business can grow.
Mm.
So as you are growing, your business is following. As you are growing, your business is following. That's how it works.
You were talking about the fact that it's not good to be small-minded.
Yes.
I would like to ask, like, while you were on campus, what was a source of motivation for you? What was your motivation in everything?
My motivation.
Or what were your motivating factors?
Actually, I had a lot. I had a lot of motivating factors.
Yeah.
And one of them was the fact that I knew that I was going to impact lives.
Like there was more to you.
There was more to
There's more
me.
to
That's the word. I knew there was more to me than what I was doing at that moment. So each time I remember where I want to be, and I think the first thing is actually my dream.
Mm.
First thing is my dream. How I see myself in the future.
Mm.
So how I see myself in the future reminds me each time I get to a block point, instead of me to just withdraw, and I think about where I'm going to. Nah, I don't stop before. Just like someone running a race and you just get to the midline, then you're tired. But if you look at the finish line, it's not actually far. It's not actually far. And look at, you envision what you're going to get. By the time you finish the race, you will not stop.
Keep going.
I'll keep going. And at that point, I surrounded myself among friends that that helped me. I knew that there were some friends I needed. So there was a time I actually cut off some friends along the way because I knew that if I was going to actually get there where I want to go, where I want to be, I need people. That's one thing in this life. You need people. So I surrounded myself around friends that was going to help me, was going to cheer me up, and was going to push me. Friends that will
Challenge
actually
you.
that will challenge you to there's more to yourself. Do you get? So those were my motivation. And one thing which is funny that did not really motivate me was money. Yeah, so people just do business because of money. So we are motivated because more there's money in it,
Cash
blah blah
out.
blah. Let's cash out. But sometimes there's more to it than that. In fact, the money you cash out in your business for the very first 5 years should be pumped back into the business. It's not for
To make it grow
spending.
and all.
Do you understand? You go back into the business. So, one of the motivating factors for me, like I said earlier, was my dream, was my friends, then was me myself because I knew that there was just more to me, and that too. And then the other thing was my downward networks. These are people that are looking up to me. Anytime, most of the times when I'm actually down and then I'm not my best self, they come to me. They come and ask for advice and all of that. I cannot give them advice if I'm not. I don't know if you get it. So
Yeah, like you
the
have
quest to
like you have to be
exactly
strengthen yourself in the Lord.
so the quest to actually do that, we want me to get up and not slack because I know they are coming for me. Like I said, it's just like it's just like I'm a tap. I'm a storage rather, that keeps water. Then there's a tap, an extension of me to people. Do you get? So if I don't keep pumping water, one day the water is ready to finish.
Yeah.
So I have to keep pumping water. By pumping water, I mean, developing myself, not stopping, not slacking, so that those that are coming, that are looking up to me, will not actually be disappointed, or they will not actually because of me forfeit their own dreams too.
Something now that I want you to just touch on a little
Okay.
bit. We're talking about the importance of friends. That
Yes.
friends were a part of your motivation. So I want you to just talk on how friendships helped you in your relationship with them, but in the university as well. Like how friendships helped you in the university.
Okay. Friendships have actually helped me a lot. In fact, they saved me from unnecessary trouble. There's this saying that show me your friend, I'll tell you
Tell
who
you,
you
yeah.
are. It's totally true. Do you understand? So people I was moving with, they actually helped me to, see that there was more to myself. One, each time I actually fall or each time I'm not, okay, I run to them. They give me the best of advice. Do you understand? To always pick up myself. So that in a way actually helped my, entrepreneurial journey. They're friends that were all into business. So we all of us knew like what it was to actually run a business. So when one is not good, the other helps the other up.
Yeah.
And sometimes we go together to pray, sometimes we do creative hangouts, talk about business and life generally. So they were always there at every juncture to actually help up and assist in the little way they could. So friends actually will go a long way to actually help you. You can't even do business alone. You can't you can't live life alone. You need people. But the thing is, you will need the right people. Do you understand? So what I did was surrounding myself with the right friends I needed. Then okay, this person can actually challenge me to grow. So there was this positive challenge within ourselves. Okay, how far have you done this? How far this? They put me on
On your toes,
informations and
okay.
they put me on my toes every time. Okay, let's do this, let's do this. They don't slack. Do you
Mm.
understand? So friends were they really helped me to become who I am today.
I just want to touch on a little about friendships again. You mentioned that you had to cut off some friends. How did that go for you? And I'm saying this because sometimes in the university, coming into the university, you would naturally maybe have cliques that you guys work with. But along the way, you might have to make the decision to separate from them or not. Sometimes some people can find um, challenging
Yes.
to separate themselves. Ah,
Yes.
what would they say? Am I being proud? That kind of thing, like that vibe. How would you speak on that? How, from your journey, how was that for
From my
you?
journey, or let me just even talk generally.
Mm,
You see, to cut people off is actually easy. I know a lot of people might come from here, but one thing I've come to know and understand is that value attracts value.
mm,
By this, I mean that when you follow a certain pattern, people that don't conform to that pattern, you automatically cannot meet up. So they
mm,
go.
mm.
So I didn't have to tell anybody that I don't want you to be friends with me anymore. Don't come. I'm now doing
Not
business.
like
Do you
in a
get? There was
harsh.
no harsh way. There was just this manner. There was just this path that I was following. And take for instance, I started moving with my other friend. We're going to market, sewing and all that. So I was investing more of my time into sewing. Alpha, let's go and have fun. Let's go clubbing. I have clients I want to attend to. So
Mm,
because of not having time, there's this separation happens
yeah,
little. By the time before you know, you just stop being friends. So
mm,
value attracts value. So
yeah,
once they see that this person is going and I cannot keep up with it, they
mm,
either gain enmity or I mean form enmity with you, and then they
mm,
start saying a lot of stuff about you which are not true, or trying to look for your downfall so you can
mm,
join them. You feel like you're going past them, or you just leave it to yourself that no, we're not in this clique. You just find people like them. Do you
mm,
understand? So in the quest of if you want to leave them, don't leave them. Just find another what's it called now? Another thing of interest or another value attracting thing, that takes you away from them.
mm,
So the time they don't get to spend with you would actually tell on the
yeah,
friendship. Do you understand? So that would withdraw them from
mm.
you, and in turn, I'm just sorry, there's no time. I don't have the time. Blah 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 blah. Time will be the major
But
complaint.
what about those that they want you to be their friend by force and they are
Those
not good
that
for you?
those
How
that
would you
want you to
feel with
be
that?
their friends. Now, this is where you have to be actually very careful.
Mm.
Those that want you to be their friends
Because
at
there are
all
some people
costs,
that, especially
you
from
have
the
to be
female
the
gender, for example, although you
okay.
might not relate to that.
Oh, I don't relate to
So like
that.
I feel like that kind of thing, like you want to be serious. You're like, I don't know how best to explain
Well,
it, but I feel
I
like
don't know about females, but
yes, but I'm just saying in that context, like maybe friends that you don't want to associate with, but they are like, we are your friend whether you like it or not.
now the thing is, I believe that
Mm,
you just have to be the greater influence. We learn every day, all right?
mm,
But I feel like if you are the one with the greater influence,
mm,
you won't have choice than to conform. Do you understand? You
mm,
won't have choice than to conform. Now, if you are the one with the greater influence, it's easier for you to say, let's do this, and then they follow, even if it is not convenient. So
yeah,
because of always wanting to follow, they start to gain interest
yeah,
and leave the other things that won't actually interest you. That's if
mm,
you have the higher voice, having the
mm,
more influence. But
influence,
if they have influence over you, that's
mm.
bad. You might need to like cut off by not being available for them.
Like letting them know that please I'm not available.
It doesn't necessarily have to
No,
be
because the context I'm making here is that
okay.
aside from the fact that you can be subtle about it,
Okay.
this time around they are actually up in your face that oh, we are you doing or you're not doing, and you want to be polite but firm at the same time. But how to go about that?
Okay, you are putting me in a tight corner because there's a point. No,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not a lady here, but there's
Yes,
a
okay.
point where
Let's leave the lady part
there's a
away.
point where you have to be firm on some decisions.
Yeah,
However, you still have to consider people because you meet
mm,
anybody anyway and you need them.
yeah,
So just make sure that if anything is going to, make you guys part ways, it's not going to
mm,
be fight related. So that
mm,
does not go about spoiling your image and saying all the things
yeah,
about you. If you were to do it in a very cool way, the response would be, we're not just cool. That's all.
mm,
Do you understand? So I feel like if the person is opening your face every time, first just try not to be available. That alone passes a message.
yeah,
Do you understand? She wants to come and see in your house. I'm not around.
mm,
You call me, I pick. Oh, I have something to do. You understand?
mm,
So when there's except even if the person is pestering, at the
yeah,
point you want to succumb. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But in the quest of you trying to manage situations, at the same time, giving them your availability,
Mm.
they will take it for granted and want to open your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like availability, that's my only strong point here.
Yeah.
The availability is one major factor by for separation within friends.
Would you agree with this term that school is a scam or not? Because there's an argument that they say, for example, someone like you that you are in the creative industry, for
Okay.
example, and you are a fashion designer. How do you address yourself? Do you say fashion designer, tailor, everything?
To
How
the
do you
best
describe
of my
yourself?
knowledge here,
Okay.
and I actually stand to be corrected, I believe that a tailor is someone that replicates a design. Do you
Okay.
understand? Difference between a tailor, major difference between a tailor and fashion designer. Fashion designer
Because we are
actually
learning
creates
here.
designs. Do
Yes.
you get it? Fashion designer create designs. You can
Okay.
create a design and tailor it,
Yes.
to taste of a client, all of that.
Mhm.
But if a tailor himself or herself only recreate designs, do you understand? So if
Okay.
you only recreate designs, you've not created your own unique design that
Mm.
can be, specific to your name. That okay,
Mm.
I created this design that probably has not been seen anywhere in the part of the world. Then that makes you a fashion designer.
Mm.
But if all you do is you create another person's design, then you're a tailor.
There's an argument that says that, why go to school in the first place when you can just learn this? Of course, that is one sided in a way, because there are some crafts that you just have to go to school, like maybe drama or this being an actor or something like that. But in the general scheme of things, would you say that coming to school was an advantage for you, or would you have wished that you just went straight to being a fashion designer?
Thank you very much. I want to see this with every other time. School is not scam.
Thank you. Okay, sir.
School is not scam, and I can attest to that. All
Mm.
right. So one thing people believe is that okay, I don't need to go to school now. I'll just do this.
Mm.
But there is always a big difference between
Mm.
someone that went to school and someone
Mm.
that did not. And this is not to
Mm.
do with what's it called now, diction. This is to do
Mm.
with strategy. This is to
Mm.
do with exposure.
Mm.
If you go to school, there's a level of exposure you will have and can handle than
Mm.
when you are actually an illiterate. You didn't go to school, you just started a business. Fine, business will actually boom if you put the right things in place. Business will actually boom, but you cannot someone that went to school and started business, someone that didn't actually go to school.
Mm.
Yes, they may claim they have the experience and all of that, but you cannot compare the level of growth, you cannot compare the level of impact, you cannot compare the level of exposure, experience a
Mm.
person that went to school has over person that actually go to school. All
Mm.
right. And then when it even comes to relating with international bodies, of course, if you're an illiterate, that's a minus for you already.
Mm.
That's two. Then three, there's some certain factors or certain requirements that you have to meet up to for you to
Mm.
gain some certain things. And if you're an illiterate, of course, you can't meet up with those requirements. So
Mm.
that's why I feel that school is never scam. Even if what you went to school for, you're not studying it. Like me, I studied agricultural economics and I'm a tailor, I'm a fashion designer here. They're not related.
Mm.
However, my certificate is still useful any day, anytime. All right. And that's even an added advantage for me. Do you understand my point now? So
Mm.
you cannot totally write it off that okay, I know what I went to school to do, blah blah blah. Say go to thing. So it's not you're never at disadvantage for going to school. You're never at disadvantage for going to school. It's okay not to use what you came to school for, but there's some knowledge that you have actually gained while in school that may not be useful now because you don't see it yet, but they will always be useful in the future. So crack a little joke. Imagine your child bringing quantitative reasoning and you cannot solve it. Don't you think?
Ouch.
Yeah, you get it now. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
So I wanted to ask now that what would you advise someone that is struggling with finding business? Would you say that it's a compulsory thing for someone to do business in school? How would you approach that? Because I feel like you were saying it now that when you were in school, even though like your parents helped you with like funding for tote bag business and all that, but then after that you were able to still earn a little for yourself, you're able to earn and like get by. But then I want, this question is two-faced. What would you say to somebody that is not sure whether they should start business in school or not, and the other person is somebody that has started but is not encouraged, like maybe the business is not going as he or she wants it to be, or they don't know if they should continue. Yeah.
Hmm. That's a big question, yeah. So I would like to break it down. You
Yes.
asked
Thank you.
if
Is it
business is
compulsory?
for everybody. Like, is it
Yes.
compulsory? That's
Yes.
question one.
Yes.
Question two is for those that are not finding it easy
Yes.
in business. So
So
number
yeah.
one, business is not for everybody. Please, if business, who are those that are going to patronize? But anyways, that's on a lighter note. Business is not for everybody. It's
Mm,
not for everybody. And I'm saying this to say that not everybody has that capacity to function in the creative industry or in
mm.
business industry. I mean, the business sector. Do you understand? It's not everybody. Some people don't have the flair for it, which is totally fine. And as a student, there are other things you can do aside business that will bring you money.
Like business in the strict sense.
Yeah, like in the street sense. I
Yes,
mean,
because at the end of
offering.
the day, everything that earns money is business.
Well, that's a wrong notion. Not everything
Okay.
that
Okay.
brings money is business.
Okay.
Just that business finances so many things. Do you understand? Like
Okay.
the industrial sector of Nigeria, for instance, is financed by business. And when I mean business, I mean transactions,
Yeah.
daily transactions.
Okay.
In fact, in the real sense, everything is business. Even if you offer a service, I
Mm,
mean, maybe you freelance, it's still business because you're
mm,
getting paid for what you
mm,
do. Still business. There's an exchange of goods
mm,
and services. So, but what I'm to say is, I mean, in the street sense,
mm,
academics, I mean, schooling now, you don't necessarily have to do business. It's not for everybody.
mm,
However, there are different reasons to doing business, which is actually totally fine. If you want to do business just to, give you an extra source of income, it is totally fine. Like, there shouldn't be any debate over it. You understand? So students that they do business while they were in school just to have an extra hand to feed, which is totally fine. And there's no disturbance with your academics and other things that you do. All right. So business is not for everybody. The other things you can do, you can probably volunteer for events or promote yourself. For the second phrase that talks about is interested in business but struggling. First is to ask the question, why do you want to do business? Like, why do you want to do business? Number two, I would advise the person to have a mentor. I'm not going to overemphasize that fact. Have a mentor, someone you talk to about business. Like, I want to start this business. What do I do? The person knows the technical know-how. He knows the in and out of business. So would actually be able to give you the best advice at that moment on what to do. What how to go about it. It might be that you need to learn so many other things. It might be that that's not even the business. That's business at that
You need to
point
try
in time.
something else.
It might be something else that you need to try. So you need to talk to business related people. That's why I say, as a business person, you don't take advice from someone that's not into business
Mm,
because they don't know how it feels. They cannot give you the best advice, irrespective of who that person is. So, like I would say, also for someone that's just starting up in business and is trying to find his legs, get a mentor. You know, after getting a mentor, first ask yourself why you want to do business, then get a mentor. After getting a mentor, there's so many things you need to do. You need to read books, you need to do R&D, research and development on the type of business you want to do, people you want to sell to, how you want to sell, your strategy, and for how long the business is going to go. There's so many things you actually need to actually know. Your vision yourself for your mission and your mission for the business, how you want to do the business, to whom you want to sell, the technical know-how, the strategies, everything, the in and out of the business is something you have to actually know before you actually start. It will help you to, move past some hurdles, some obstacles in business if you know what you are doing. So as a student, find it hard in business, get a mentor, and then ask yourself these questions. Then, do your research and development. Don't be lazy. Don't slack. There's more to do. There's more to you. Do you understand? There's more to the business. So, and another thing I would say, and this one goes for I'll conclude with this. This one goes for students that actually sees business beyond they just wanting to feed. I
mm,
mean, that goes beyond the monetary aspect. I feel like business is something you really want to do on a large scale. One thing I would say is it's not too late and it's not too early to start. It might be too late anyways, but it's not too early to start building a business rather than building a brand. That's one of the mistakes I actually made
mm,
when I was in school. If you see, like I said, the only condition is if you see business to be much more than just feeding your mouth and unnecessary source of income. Like if that is the major thing for you, if that is the jackpot for you, then it's a serious thing. So build a structure, a system, like a running system in your business not just building a brand. Most of them just build a brand and they build themselves around that brand such that their inavailability is equal to the brand not existing. Do you understand? So it's not too late to build a structure whereby it is a business, especially when your business is now beginning to expand, that it goes more than feeding your mouth. It's feeding two mouths, three mouths. It can, in fact,
Different
do you
employees.
understand, get employees and all that. So at that point, your business is not just a startup, so to say, anymore. At that point, you need to build a system in your business, not just a brand. Do you understand? So
Time is running. Like, I'm enjoying this
yeah.
conversation. But then, please just touch a little about what you said now. The second scenario I gave you about someone that is interested in starting a business but still needs some form of encouragement. Sometimes people start things, but they don't really know what it is about. So, from your own journey, being someone that has started business that is in business, and what can you like share with us how business is? So people have an idea. So people just have the idea that, oh, once I start this business, how many days I go blow that kind of thing.
Okay.
But just give us an idea of how business is. So to give people perspective that, oh, before I start a business, I should have these things in my mind.
All right. So there are so many things to watch out for before you start a business. Your personality has a lot to do with your business, especially when you are just starting. What kind of person are you? What do people know you for? And those things really matter when you start a business. And I would say, see, I want to actually congratulate you if you are starting a business or you own a business in this economy. You are doing, in fact, clap for yourself if you can hear this. Like you are trying to be very honest because business out there for startups, for entrepreneurs, for studentpreneurs, I'm telling you, it's not easy. Just it was a little bit easy when I was back in the uni,
Back in, I was
yeah,
about
back in the uni
to.
than it is now. Like
Yeah.
there are a lot now. There's more people into the system. You know, Naira has devalued, but I will congratulate you. You are doing a very good job, and trust me, there's still much more to it. But at the same time, I will say this: do not rest on your words. Don't be, complacent as a business owner, brand owner, don't be complacent. There's still much more to do. And then that is why I want to use this opportunity to, canvas, I would say, for my business summit that I do every year, that I host every year. And I'm still planning how we're going to do this year's one. So that's one of the core reasons why we're actually organizing business summit, so we can teach business that are just coming up. I mean, studentpreneurs this time around, which is our major focus on how to run a business, and for those that are actually want to take business on a higher scale, how to actually scale up their business, how to actually take their business beyond the ground level to the apex.
So you mentioned personality.
Okay.
That studentpreneurs should be intentional about developing their personality. Give us snippets from your business summit because
Okay.
we're watching out for that.
All right. So for businesses that are just starting out, one thing I would say is that business is not being so.
Maybe being.
Not be being so. It's not for the faint-hearted. So you have to, embrace yourself. And one thing I would say, which is particular to me, is that in business will actually, in fact, it helps me to open my eyes to see a lot of things. When you do business the right way, get yourself prepared to actually learn better, to know better, to actually see your flaws and how they can be, corrected. If it helps you to have a better relationship with people, it helps you to have a better relationship with people. That's if you are doing business the right way. It will teach you discipline. It's going to teach you prudence. You have to be ready to embrace. I don't want to say the crude way, which is embrace insult and a lot of what's it called now, hassle from clients. So prepare yourself for that. And by doing that, that's why I said you should read books, expose yourself to so many things, go for business conferences, learn, keep learning, even while you're doing business. Don't just sit in one place and then you keep doing business, the same goal every year, the same process every year. You understand? Have new strategies. You understand? So brace up yourself for the pains, brace up yourself for the days of tears. For me, I cried. So many times I wanted to quit. So brace up for times like that. Brace up for times that you not actually, be okay, but you need to show up. You need to show up. So brace up for those times. Brace up for, you know, um, times of inconsistencies, and at the time you notice that you need to pick up yourself, brace up for the future, brace up for when it will be just you and your business alone. I mean, at the back of your own way, you have to think about your business. Think of that you're going to have to actually revalue that. Why am I even doing this business? There are sometimes I will come like that, like I am not doing it again, I'm tired. So brace up for that time. Like I said, have a mentor too, during your journey and your process. It will actually really help. And then you also need to watch out for character development. It's going to develop your character, like I was saying earlier. That's just the mother word. So it's going to develop your character. It's going to make you a better person if you actually do business the right way.
I would like you to just share your final words to anybody listening that needs encouragement, that you can do this. Like,
All
you
right.
are an
So
inspiration. So just let us know. Yes. So just encourage
what I want to say
others.
to you is studentpreneurs, entrepreneurs, brand owners, business owners, I want to say that you are doing a good job. Like every business owner, like they deserve accolades. I can say that for a fact. They deserve accolades. They are doing really well, especially on OU campus. Studentpreneurs on OU campus. Shout out to you. Like shout out to you from the bottom of my heart. So my pattern was is this: one, don't be complacent, please. Don't be complacent. Some of us feel big at a point like, okay, I'm a big brand, blah blah, and we've achieved nothing compared to what we can. Do you understand? So don't be complacent. The journey is still far. The journey is still far. Don't be complacent and be open to opportunities. At the same time, develop yourself. Like I said earlier in the interview, that you cannot grow past your business. So there must be a lot of in-depth taking. You pour in-depth, pour into your system, pour into your body as much as possible. Do you understand? And don't compare yourself. Like I said earlier, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself. And I also want to say this to government, parastatals, government agencies, business organizations. Please, big business organization, please help us to support entrepreneurs that are just coming up. We need your support. We need your your help as much as possible. And I'm also canvassing for business summits that we host every year. And this is which is one of our core values to help student entrepreneurs, especially those are coming up, those are just starting in business to find their feet. And this time around to actually expose them to things they need to know early, so that it's not too late for them to discover. So I also want to shout out to business organizations that have been doing that, and also reach out to businesses and government agencies that can actually help us to reach out to the grassroots business owners and support them so that we can take the business the economy at large to greater level, from the ground level to the apex. So we can take business and the economy in Nigeria via business, and embracing indigenous businesses. We can take them to the apex, and at large the economy is is improved, is getting a boost. So I also want to say a very big thank you for the Happy Conversations for hosting me,
so much.
and shout out to you listeners.
Shout out.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. You literally have helped me. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Yeah, you're
having this
welcome.
conversation. And I believe it's going to be of help to the audience. Our focus is for undergraduates, especially students and watch out for the name. We are waiting for the name. We are
The
on
team is going
end of
global, of
the
course. The team is
going
going
global.
global.
Yes, okay. So going global. Watch out for going
About
global
2025.
2025, guys. So thank you so much once again.
You're
So
welcome.
tell us bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.